All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. You think back to all the interceptions he threw last week. Here we go. First play of the game, another pick.
And you know that all week long, they spent time breaking down exactly why he threw the interceptions. Was it mechanics, bad reads, not enough study? Sometimes you just think about it way too much, and that leads you to the next one.
Time to refocus. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try to run for it with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in. At varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So the penalty really winds up hurting him there.
Yeah, winds up pushing him back. Sure enough, the field goal comes up short.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice play, baby, nice play.
Detroit! From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go, 46.
2nd down, Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. A give to Elliott. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. The give is to Elliott, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever, in fact. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Rosen on 1st down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And a short gain here down to the 22. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the 1st half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A minute 58 to go in this 1st half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Prescott now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
On second down, Rosen. His throw incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26. Yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go, 46. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
26.
Here's Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Gun.
To throw is Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll go down. But not before getting this inside the 30.
46, 46. Here we go. 48.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. About 3 yards there to the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Rosen. Steps away to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long here for Rosen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Randy Gregory, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on here to punt it away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's got the hook up here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rosen on 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Gone! Detroit! Gone!
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball is the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away. And they're not doing it.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And that's complete to Croft. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. This is Elliott. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, Sway. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out, get out. 46.
Prescott to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A 4th quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Forced out to his left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that, but flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Dallas, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL.
You